Hi, you guys. Welcome to Coming In Hot with Caroline. And today we have a very, very special guest. I am honored to be here today with Karla Smiley. She is a longtime friend and follower that we had a really incredible connection. She was going through one of the hardest things I think any mother or woman could possibly go through. And through that connection, she's come out on the other side, not have forgotten, but understands that her son would want to see her happy. And that's something that we've spent 2 years talking about. And she's here today to share with us. And I'm so grateful because I think it's important for women to talk about what they're going through. I think honesty and openness is the only way we can all learn, and knowledge is power at the end of the day. So, Karla, thank you for being here. Tell us about your incredible son. Give us some background so our audience can understand the story.
Sure. I've been a nurse for 37 years, and Jimmy was my only child. He's gone through a lot. He was in the army. Just a lot of things going on in life with kids, what they
Yeah.
grow up in and what they follow. And Jimmy was a good kid and a hard worker, but he just had some depression issues sometimes, but I never thought it would go to the extent that it did. I have a lot of guilt, like I missed some things, but he and I were close, and it's just hard because you never imagined that it would happen to your child,
Yeah.
and that's the hardest part. And that's how I found you. My son passed away. I'll never forget. I talked to him the night before. One of his friends was in the army, and he had PTSD, and he smoked, and he got it from somewhere, and the person filled with fentanyl, and it was horrible. Died a horrible death, and that affected a lot of the friends. And you see it all the time. Me, I see it all the time at the hospitals, on TV down here. It's everywhere. I don't know if it's the same with you in California.
I mean, it's horrible here. You hear that it's in pills. People are vaping, people are smoking. I'm not oblivious. I'm not an idiot. I know kids are going to do things and try things. And that's what's terrifying about it. It's like kind of come into not the hard drugs. It's like now into like kind of the everyday, more casual drugs, which is even scarier.
Right. And back then it was my age and your age. It was no big deal. It was never laced with anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going through the same nightmare. I'll never forget that knock at 4:30 in the morning. I talked to Jimmy the night before, and he said, Mom, you never have to worry. You would never get that knock on that door. And that day I was calling him, and usually we talk every morning. Mom, I love you. Have a good day. But I didn't hear from him. At 4:30 that morning, I got this horrible knock, and I never thought in a million years. And all I remember is I saw police at the door,
Oh
and
God.
they said, "Are you Karla Smiley?" It was the most horrible thing. I just remember screaming, waking up, getting up from the ground, screaming and screaming. And then my neighbors were coming over because, of course, everyone heard me like a crazy person. And then my husband called my family. They were over, but I kept on saying, no, Jimmy, there's a lot of people that look like Jimmy with a beard. I was like, no, that's not him. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. And I was begging them to let me go to the coroner's office. They wouldn't. All I remember is that day I wanted to go with him. I came from a good life. So did Jimmy. But all I thought about is I have to go. I want to be with Jimmy. I need to hold him.
Yeah.
My mind wasn't thinking, and it's so scary what the mind can play tricks on you.
Tell us, Carla. My best friend lost her son at 8 years old, and it is all she talks about. Even just seeing her last week, she wants to be with him at the end of the day, which as a mother, it's not completely unnatural to go second.
Right. And he was never supposed to be a memory. I was not supposed to bury Jim, and I did. And it changed my life. And I wanted to go. I wouldn't see anybody. I wasn't working. People were coming over. I remember flowers kept on coming in. My house smelled like a funeral home,
Oh
and I was
gosh,
throwing
yeah.
the flowers out the door like a crazy person. My neighbors were like, but that's all it was. And I was home alone. My family was still there, but everyone had to go to work. So I was
Yeah.
there alone. And people were coming to stay with me, but they're like, it's going to be okay. You need to pray. I don't want to pray. Why didn't you take a scumbag off the street? Why don't you take a murderer? Why don't you take a rapist? You took my only child. And it was like, why didn't you stop it? Why didn't you save him? And I was so angry and everyone kept on saying, pray, go to church. But no, no, I'm angry right now with God taking my only child. I don't want to go anywhere. I would say 2 weeks later, I was still at home, but I was scrolling through Facebook to put a picture about the funeral. And that's when I came across you. I never met you before. I never saw you before. Like, wow, okay. She was smiling. I said, let me hear something. And then the first thing you said was get up, get dressed. No, get the fuck up and get dressed.
Thank you, Karla, for quoting me perfectly.
And that's when I first messaged you and I told you about Jimmy. And I said, I want to go with him. And like, no, Karla, tell me about you. What do you do? And I said, I told you what I did. I said, me and Jimmy and I have a military foundation. We send care packages. You asked me how many times if we do it a month. All the important things, not about why Jimmy did it, how he did it. You would want to know about Jimmy. Then I said the funeral, because we had that, the military funeral. And a few people say, oh, he doesn't talk. Those are her people. I said, no, this woman's different. I said, I know it's her because we talked about her mom. I said, she has an assistant.
I mean, at the end of the day, that this is what's the most important to me is the connection. That's what I enjoy the most.
Right. And you have like, I would say 50 more followers because of that, because people knew it was you. Because every time I message you, and look how many people you have, hundreds of thousands of followers. You answer me. It may not be that day. And you would always say, how are you? Get up. Go outside, scream. And I did. You said, put your feet on the ground and scream. And I did. You said, talk to me. And I haven't. And I was doing that now. You were just talking to me, if it's morning or night, but I would tell you and I would send you pictures and you would say, Karla, come on, get dressed. And there's people that need you. Jimmy, you said to me, Jimmy doesn't want you up there.
Nope. And he wants to see you happy. He does. At the end of the day, he loves you. And if anything, he wants the same way you'd want to see him happy if you weren't here. I truly believe spirits up in heaven they're our guardian angels now.
And the one thing that you said to me that always sticks out, you said, Karla, you have to walk through the grief to get to the other side. And trust me, I have grief counselors. No one has helped me but you. And I'm not just saying that.
You're going to make me cry, Karla. Stop it.
But it's the truth. You were the only one that said, we can do this together. I'll help you. To a total stranger. Who does that?
I mean, we have to. We're humans. Like at the end of the day, you're gonna make me cry because it's like we've lost humanity, and it's like we're all in it. We're all in it together. We have to support each other. We have to show each other love. We're meant to be here for whatever purpose. We don't know what the purpose is. We don't know why things happen to us. But at the end of the day, we can spread some good from it. There's got to be greater good in that. There's got to be.
When you said that to me, and I'm like, okay, I need to do this. And then I said, everyone wanted me to stay out of work for 3 months. I couldn't. I didn't understand grief. I didn't understand depression. I've never felt that. So I didn't know how to navigate it. And you told me, I'll help you. And I will never forget that. I have nothing without him.
But you do. Because he is what made you who you are today at the end of the day. And you wouldn't have been doing those military giveaways and drop-offs that are so important. I have the utmost respect for the military and the sacrifice that they make for us. And so we have to honor that. Your work is so important. And Jimmy would want you to be doing that work.
Right. Like we help them with the transition when they come home. And we only take care of the ones that, their parents are deceased or they came from foster care. So the chaplain lets us know these ones aren't getting care packages. Jimmy wanted to make sure they were getting care packages every month. And then I stopped for a year. I couldn't do it. And you said to me, Karla, you have to survive. You have to do this. And I even wrote things down.
Oh, I love that.
And then you said to me one day, Karla, live like someone left the gate open. And I want to show you something. And I had this made.
Let me see. Oh my God. Karla, I'm going to cry. That is so beautiful. I have the chills all over my body.
Never came to me to do it in a course or anything. And then it just popped in my head. And then you also told me, get a room in your house because I have Jimmy's room. I won't let anyone go in there. Yeah. And you said do a room that when you stand at the door, there's no grief. There's nothing allowed in this room. So my twin sister came over and redid this whole room.
That's perfect. Oh, it looks so happy. Look at all the cushions. It's like a nice little den for you, a little happy den. Oh my God, I love that. And all the bags. Oh my God. That's perfect, Karla. That's what we all need a safe space. We're allowed. We have permission to be happy. We have permission to feel good.
You said leave the grief at the door. I don't think you realize what you say. You're a hero. You don't realize you changed my life. I didn't have to deal with grief.
Because, my friend's going through this. It's like the only thing that's giving her purpose right now, which we insisted on her doing, is doing this foundation when trying to spread some good, because her son also, it's funny, it's always these angels, right? You always wonder why God takes these angels. And I think sometimes they take them because they leave so much good behind. They teach us incredible lessons. I think we forget that in grief, a lot of the time sitting around thinking is what really hurts us.
You never said to me, Karla, you need to get over it. You need to move forward. And I hear that all the time. And I'm like, how can you say that to me? You can't get rid of grief. It doesn't go away. And yes, there's medications. I don't want to do that. I tell everyone about you. Even my grief counselor knows. He's like, is he the doctor? I'm like, no, he's the hero.
He's probably like writing me up somewhere.
And you have no idea. It's like God found you for me. I remember when I first met you, you just woke up, you were sitting outside, you were like, we were talking about coyotes.
Yep.
And you answered me right away. And then I kept on bothering you. I know I was.
You never bother me. That is, if you don't understand, it's the greatest joy. It's never a bother.
In the middle of the night, and you would answer me at 4.
Yeah, that's when I'm answering people a lot of the time, is really early in the morning. So it's true.
You text me and said, are you okay? I said, no, I want to go today. I want to go today. And you said, get outside, get dressed. I said, okay.
Not on my watch.
Right. And you were there. We were going back and forth. And I was holding Jimmy's rosary beads. People don't realize that it changed your life. And everyone's like, you always look like you're going to cry. I think of him all the time. But when I'm at work, I'm so busy. I'm helping others, but then you see these people that are so depressed at the hospital. You want to help them. And I do that too. And I tell everyone about you. I said, look at this woman.
Karla.
50 of my friends, because I don't have a lot that I talk to. Like,
you don't need a lot. You just need some good ones. That's it.
And they know about you. And they already assigned with you, and you've messaged a few of them.
Always.
And everyone says what an inspiration. I mean, even my grief counselor said, and I'm not taking that credit. I said, I know. I said, this woman saved my grief.
It's my honor, honestly. It really is. I think people forget what a little bit of kindness and what a little bit of encouragement can do. It's not a pill. It's not going to solve anything. Like, I personally know I can't solve anyone's problems, but I sure as hell know that there are little tools that you can use every day that is not going to make anything go away, because life is just hard. It just is. But it doesn't mean that we can't be happy in the heart and find moments of joy. No one's going to say you're going to be running around dancing and crazy. Maybe one day, who knows? But as long as we can find little pockets of joy and be up and dressed and living, because that's what we're here to do. God put us here for a reason. We are here to do something. There is purpose, and we have to follow through with that. And the people that love us want to see us do that. At the end of the day, he would hate to see you crying and unhappy. He wants to remember his mom beautiful and helping others and doing the work that you guys wanted to do. And I'm so happy that something as simple as getting up and getting dressed. I think people sometimes don't realize what it really means. It's about just taking some ownership and making that little bit of effort to put your feet on the ground and just reminding yourself you're worth it.
Feel the grass. And I did. And I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying. This makes a big difference. And you said, Karla, you're going to have to breathe differently. Life is going to look so different. And I remember when he died, I was like 200 pounds and I lost so much weight so fast because there was so much depression, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so fast. But then you said, Carla, put some makeup on. And so now I'm doing that. And just little things.
I'm honestly honored. And I just want to say thank you for all the love and support always, Karla. Like, seriously, this community feeds me just as much as I hopefully can feed it. I mean, it really is. These are friendships, these are relationships that I really take care of and I really appreciate, because at the end of the day, none of this is possible. The whole point is to have community. And it makes it so worth it when you can make a difference in some way, in a positive way.
You care. I was a complete stranger and you care. And it was you always answering me. Even if I had a question about, oh, what kind of cream could you help me with something today? Can you help me? But just the little things, you know, you make such a difference. And people need to know you're not out there. You're out there to make people laugh and everything, but you are so sincere. There's not.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Because, like, you're on a camera every day, and you are alone in your room every day, and you don't really know the effects. You don't really know what's going on. You don't get to see the faces behind the screens. It's like you want to make a difference somehow, and that's what's important to me.
We're watching the journey of you, your mother, the journey when you picked your mom up. And I know it's hard, but that journey with your father and depression. I know you have a sibling, and I know you do everything yourself. And God bless you for doing that. My life wasn't that great as a child, and now I'm taking care of you. And I felt guilt. And you said, don't feel guilt, because everyone has that feeling.
Yeah, we talk about how it is a sacrifice. It's one that we've chosen to make, but it doesn't mean it's easy. And even that, we have to find our happy and the hard there. There are days that I want to rip all my hair out and there's nothing you can do. And you having a nervous breakdown isn't going to help anybody. So you kind of have to just refocus and realign and get back outside, find that gratefulness, move your body, do the little things that put you back in a good headspace so that you can deal every day. At the end of the day, we're all dealing with so much. Everyone's heart is different. Everyone's gray area is different. Everyone's rock bottom is different. We're all just trying to survive literally day by day. And it's different hard for everyone, but there is a way of at least finding some purpose and finding some joy each and every day. And it's always worth it.
It is. I mean, I never thought Jimmy would be a memory. Never in a million years. I never.
Yeah.
It's a mom's worst nightmare.
It's hard to deal with grief because you don't know where to go or what to do. Everyone's like, oh, here's some medication, or maybe you should go away to a place. No. I didn't want to talk about it to people, but it was different. I could open up. You were sincere, and there's not many people like you.
It really is the greatest compliment. I really do care. Like, people don't see me. Like, I cry at night reading messages. I am like leaving voice messages, crying like a lunatic. It's like we're all so human, and you know how much people are going through and how hard it can really feel. And it's like if you can just find some simple tools, like just some simple things, because a lot of the times everything else seems so overwhelming. Like to me, when I'm down, like someone telling me to do an hour meditation, I'm like, no one is doing an hour meditation right now. What are simple tools? What are little things I can do that just like distract me, just make me feel better for a second, like just kind of get me back? And I think that's really where the purpose is. Life's hard. We don't all have access to everything. We don't all want to take pills, but what are those simple tools that we can do every day? And it really just starts with you getting up and getting dressed. It starts there.
And everyone's like, oh, you're having problems with your marriage. And you said to me, Karla, put your oxygen mask on first. So I can't fix us right now.
No.
Because I'm finally fixing me.
Yes, because it has to come from a good place. A lot of people want to deal with trauma, and this is the difference for me, when you hit rock bottom, it's already hard. So you having to face the really hard stuff is not going to help you when you're not in a good state of mind. It's like you've got to focus on you. You've got to make good decisions, right? You don't want to make a decision right now on your marriage when you are feeling rock bottom or at your worst. You want to make a decision on your marriage when you are feeling your best self, and then you understand, okay, what actually, does it benefit me? Does it work for me? Does it not? But at least you're coming from a positive space, and actually handling it with kindness and probably respect and make a better decision than coming from a place where you might regret it because you might say something you didn't mean. You might just be in a bad mood, cranky. You don't handle life problems when you're not feeling your best.
And you've taught me that, and you've taught so many. Just your sayings every day. I don't think you realize it because when you're bringing up certain things, you make that person feel better right then and there. It's like you're walking the journey with me. You're sincere and trying to help me through it. And I told you, even my therapist said, I didn't do this. That woman, I said, you're right.
It means everything because, like I say, we rise together. It's not about anyone walking ahead of us or behind us. It's really us walking together and just getting through each and every day.
Share your journey with your mom, John, the kids. You're so honest. You put it out there what happened that day, with Finn and all that. I mean, what a great kid you have. But
The best, but it's hard. We have really hard days. Like I fucking cry all the time. You just feel like, are you making all the right decisions? Like, this is not what you pictured? This is not exactly how you thought it would be, but it doesn't mean it's wrong. No. Like, does it mean it won't be great? No. Like, it's just, okay, trying to readjust and come from a place of not insecurity, but coming from a place of feeling good and confident and being like, okay, seeing things clearly. And that's for everything.
you said there's a purpose for you to live. And I couldn't see it. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't see it. And now I finally feel that because of you. And I tell everyone, even my work says what a difference you are.
I'm so honored that I can be a part of the journey. I cherish our conversations. I so appreciate your love and support. Like every comment, every DM, every link you shop, like that fully supports me and my family. And I'm so grateful for it always. And if I can be a positive light in any way, like we're here for it. Like we're not going anywhere. I'm going to walk you home every day.
And that's perfect. And you wake us up every day, which is good because I did not want to get out of bed. I didn't want to do anything. And you're like, come on, Karla, get up.
It's like, come on, let's go. We got this. We love you. And I want to see you shine bright. And I want to see and keep following all the amazing things you're doing because I know you're making Jimmy so proud. He is smiling from up above. He is with you every day. You accomplishing those goals, I promise you, is going to make you feel really good. Well, Karla, thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. Bye, guys. Come back to come in hot. Mwah.